What is up, you guys? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning back in. And in today's video, we are going to be talking all about shaving and how I shave my legs to maintain beautiful, silky, smooth legs. I have gotten a lot of questions on my channel when it comes to skincare, but one of the most frequently asked questions that I get is how to shave properly and how to prevent or manage keratosis pilaris, also known as chicken skin. So what exactly is keratosis pilaris and how do you know if you have it? Because some of you guys may have it, but you don't even know that there's a name for it. So keratosis pilaris are these little bumps that can show up on your skin that look a little bit like goosebumps. But the reason why it gets its name, chicken skin, is because it does look like chicken skin if you look at it up close. You can clearly feel them when you run your hands over them, and they can also be quite visible because a lot of the times they have like a black or brownish appearance, and you can see those black and brown dots all over your legs. And I say legs because this is mainly where you see it, but you can also have it on your arms, your butt. You could have it wherever pretty much on your body. So if you're ready to learn how I get my legs to look like this, then go ahead and smash on that like button and leave any suggestions down below, and let's get straight into the video, starting off with step number 1. So the very first step when it comes to shaving is taking a shower. I love using a nice loofah, a brush, or even an exfoliating glove. But I just go ahead and use my regular loofah, and I'm using this Dove Pampering Body Wash. This also has shea butter in it, I believe. I love this Dove body wash because for those of you who haven't been following my skincare journey, I do have body acne and I also have HS or hidradenitis suppurativa. So I have very sensitive skin and I have to be careful with what I use. I find that this Dove body wash is very moisturizing, but it doesn't throw my skin off and it does not make me break out. So if you have acne prone skin, this may be something that you might want to consider using, especially if you like using body washes that smell good. Once that's done, just to be a little bit more thorough, and this is a part that you guys can skip because the loofah is exfoliating, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go a little bit deeper. I'm gonna be using this exfoliating body scrub by Dove, and this is rice milk and macadamia. This stuff smells so amazing, and I've spoken to you guys about it before. This is what the texture looks like up close. It's nice and creamy, but it's very grainy. So you get that hydrating effect, but you also get the exfoliating effect because of the exfoliating beads that you can see right here. So I just take a good generous amount of that and I just go ahead and rub it on my skin and just scrub off any dirt, any oils, or any dead skin that may be on the surface of my skin. Trust me guys, after you use this, your skin is going to feel 10 times smoother than it did before you started. So the next thing I like to do is sit down in a nice hot bath, and this is completely optional. You don't have to do this. If you just have a stand-up shower and you don't have a bathtub, then you could just go ahead and use hot water from your shower head. But I like going into the bath because it allows me to relax, and for me, shaving is a bit like a process. It's like therapy for me. So I like to just sit down in the bathtub, allow that hot water to open up my pores, and not only is it going to open up my pores, but it's also going to soften the hairs, which is going to make it so much easier for your blade to remove them later on. While I'm in the bath, I love to add this Dr. Teal's Nourishing Foaming Bath. This is the coconut oil one. It's to nourish and protect the skin. It's really good for moisturizing and softening the skin, and it adds these long-lasting bubbles. So if you like a nice luscious bubble bath, this stuff is great. You can find it for about $10 pretty much anywhere, and you really don't need a lot. I just put a capful and that is good enough for my bath. So after I've been in the bath for about 15 minutes or so, it's officially time for me to shave, and I like using the Glee Shaving Mousse Shaving Cream. I like it because it's very light. It's not as thick as other brands, and I actually like a nice thick lather. The only problem with that in my acne prone skin is that if I'm not careful, it can actually cause me to break out. So it is a little bit harder for you to see where you shaved, because you know when you're using the really foamy ones, you can clearly see the line where you shaved. With this one, you might skip a spot, but that's why I personally like to shave my legs twice, just to make sure that I don't miss a spot. Two blades for me, because I have slightly coarser hair, is just not sharp enough for me. I don't feel like I get that good of a shave, but 3 blades is my sweet spot. I get a nice smooth shave, but I don't get any razor bumps or any razor burn. Once I start to go too high on the blades, it could be a little bit irritating on my skin. I have used men's shavers before that have 5 or 6 blades, and they have worked perfectly fine, but I find that I really have to be careful with the types of blades that I use or the brand, because some brands really can mess me up. So be very careful with that, because I know you might want to get the closest shave possible, but sometimes getting something that has too many blades can cause you to get razor bumps as well. So once I'm completely done my shaving process, I personally like to jump back in the shower. I just jump back in the shower with my loofah and my body wash again, and I just make sure to scrub my legs and just get all of that shaving cream off of my legs, because although it is light, I'm so paranoid when it comes to my skin. So I just like to make sure that I really get all the shaving cream off, so that I don't wake up to no surprises or any pimples or razor bumps or anything like that later on. The next thing you're gonna really wanna make sure you do is moisturize your legs with a nice moisturizer. Your pores are nice and open from the hot water and the heat, so your skin is just ready to absorb all of that goodness. And I personally like to use a nice body butter instead of just using a lotion. I feel like lotions, because they're a little bit watery, they just tend to evaporate and leave your skin a lot easier. So I like to use a nice thick butter that also has oils in it that are really gonna lock that moisture into my skin, especially because my skin is still damp. I like to put lotion on damp skin, and the butter that I'm gonna be using is the Osea, Undaria, and Algae body butter. Now, I wish this came in a bigger bottle. I don't know if they now have bigger ones, but this is one of my favorite body butters, and it smells really good. It has a nice citrusy type of smell. It makes you smell very fresh, but it's very thick and very moisturizing. So And lastly, I like to seal it in with an oil. This part is optional, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this because I feel like it just gives you that extra shine and that extra smoothness. And the one that I'm gonna be using is the Osea, Undaria, and Algae body oil. This stuff smells very similar to the body butter, so I just go ahead and moisturize my legs with that. That oil is going to lock up the moisture and just make your legs feel so much smoother and so much softer. that is pretty much my simple, very affordable shaving routine for the smoothest, silkiest legs. My legs felt so smooth afterwards, but that is how I get that nice shave. Once again, if you guys have any suggestions, go ahead and leave your comments down below. I'm sure we can all benefit from that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.